want more of me?
Me?
Go to MeTVFresno.com for schedules, information on your favorite shows, videos, pictures, and more. Go to MeTVFresno.com today. Exclusively brought to you by Ventura TV.
Hello, I'm John Malos. You're watching Connect with me here on MeTV Fresno. Today on the program, if you're in bankruptcy or about to file bankruptcy, we have the guest just for you. His name is Joel Winter. He's going to be along to talk about what you can do to get yourself out of that hole, that big financial mess you've been wanting to get out of for a long time. We're going to come right back with our guest, Joel Winter, a bankruptcy attorney, in just a moment. And welcome back to the program. Today it's Ask the Expert Day. I'm John Malos. You're watching us live on Comcast on Connect with Me. If you are in trouble financially, about to file bankruptcy, or in bankruptcy right now, you can ask our guest, Joel Winter. You can call the program at 559-265-4331. If you have any questions about your financial situation, the man sitting next to me is the man to ask today on the program. By the way, you know, you've been up late at night, you're watching TV, your feet are up on the table, on the coffee table, and you're sipping some coffee or hot tea, and all of a sudden, a commercial comes on. A commercial that says, zero money down. You've seen it. Let's take a look.
Are you swimming in unpaid bills? Harris Law Firm will stop that sinking feeling.
Hi, I'm David Mack. I'm a local bankruptcy attorney.
That's right. We've all seen it. Swimming in debt. If you are swimming in debt, zero money down, is that going to get you out? I don't know. Let's ask Joel Winter, our guest, in a few minutes here on Connect with Me. Today is Bankruptcy Day. Ask the Expert Day, 265-4331. Back in a moment. You're watching Connect with Me.
Wanting stainless steel appliances? We make stainless painless.
Right now, stainless is a steal at Ventura TV Video Appliance. Why not upgrade every appliance in the kitchen?
Got it?
Like Frigidaire's 30-inch stainless steel electric cooktop, now just $349. And Frigidaire's 18 cubic foot refrigerator with glass shelves is only $599.
Upgrade to stainless steel at Ventura TV Video Appliance today and save.
These guys is great.
Introducing Zero Money Down Bankruptcy. Attorney John Orcutt.
Think you can't afford to file bankruptcy? I understand. Times are tough. And that's why, at least for the next month, with us, you can get filed for zero money down.
This is Joel Winter. Good to see you, a bankruptcy attorney. It's nice to have you on the program. Zero money down. We all heard it. What do you think of some of those commercials that you're seeing on late at night?
Well, they're really something. Did you see the small print at the bottom?
No, I didn't. I missed that. It was such a short clip. I missed everything, and
of course,
I didn't know
was
which camera I was on. So I'm kind of fumbling around here this morning.
Well, I took a look because being a bankruptcy attorney, zero money down is an interesting proposition.
Right.
It said applies only to Chapter 13 bankruptcies. Now, if you don't know what that means, what different chapters of bankruptcy there are, well, then that was intended to just snare you into calling them, thinking maybe you could get a bankruptcy for no money down. But that really wasn't the case. The Chapter 13 is the payment plan style bankruptcy. It's the kind of bankruptcy. We've all heard of different chapters, 11 for corporations, 7 and 13. 7's the common one. 7's the one where you get rid of your debt quickly, but you got to pay in advance.
So what does zero money down mean to somebody when they're watching that commercial late at night? What does it all mean in terms of bankruptcy? What is the zero money down? Does that mean I don't have to pay you as the bankruptcy attorney? Does that mean I'm forgiven for debt? What does it mean?
Up front, it doesn't mean anything. It's just an enticement to get you to call.
So it's a catchphrase.
It really is, because you're going to have a filing fee for one, and though it's possible for people who don't have the income, they could, even their court filing fee, have that be done in payments, in installments. So yeah, an attorney could sue you for zero money down. One, they're not likely to file your bankruptcy without the filing fee if they can't get that approval to do it in installments. And yes, it's true that an attorney can make up their entire fee in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy over the life of the plan, which is going to be 3 to 5 years. And you're going to be making payments to the bankruptcy court to pay back some of that debt.
What will take 3 to 5 years?
The bankruptcy. A Chapter 13 is a payment plan style bankruptcy.
To get out of debt.
Yeah, we take all your debt, consolidate it, list it all, set up a payment plan with the court. The court enforces it. You make payments to a trustee, which is a representative of the court, and then they make payments to your creditors. And they pay the attorney too. The attorney gets paid out of that.
All right, so if I'm swimming in debt and I haven't filed for bankruptcy just yet, and I call your office, I come in, schedule an appointment, we visit, what's the first question you're going to ask me?
I'm pretty open. You know, I don't have one set first question, except this: do you have any questions for me? The first thing I ask my clients is, I know sometimes you come in and you really just want to get 1 or 2 questions answered. You don't want to go through the attorney's whole
What's the biggest question that someone wants to get answered? What's the number one question? The most common.
How is bankruptcy going to affect my credit? That's probably the most common. It's really not the most important question either, because the effect on credit, I have a nice long discussion about that. It's not what people think.
Well, what is it in reality?
The effect on credit?
Yeah.
Well, you have to think of credit as being a combination of factors. And I always work backwards. And I say the question you want to ask is this: what effect does the filing of a bankruptcy have on my ability to obtain new credit or a new loan in the future? Okay, now that's a more interesting question, because the person wanting to loan you money, they want to assess their risk. Okay?
Right.
And so the first thing they want to know, of course, is, do you have income? Okay, is your income stable? And if you want to buy a car or a house, do you have money for a down payment? Okay? If you're just going to get a credit card, you go into Target, some store with a pay stub, and they'll run a quick credit score and they'll give you whatever balance they think to buy the thing you got on the counter, right? Okay, but if you go buy a car, they want to know first income, down payment. The next thing they want to ask isn't your score. It's, do you have an installment payment history that's good? Like for the last 12 months, have you proven that you can make monthly payments? The last thing they want to know is what your score is, and they're really going to use it to set your interest rate. So if you think of a bankruptcy as being only one of the factors of determining a score, because every credit report has 3 parts, right? Public records,
right,
installment history,
right,
and revolving history. And the revolving history is the credit card stuff, right? So I like to tell people that filing a bankruptcy, it goes in that public records section, right? Think of it as a big brick of ice you set on your credit report.
Okay.
And it's going to weigh down those other 2, good or whatever, okay? But the minute you put it out there, it starts to melt. So even though everybody comes to me and they say, doesn't it stay on your record for 10 years or something? And I say, yeah, it does. But it doesn't have the same weight for 10 years.
So the weight reduces
absolutely
over the course of time.
And people can buy homes 3 years post-bankruptcy based upon lenders' policies. 3 years post-bankruptcy. If you have income, you got a good enough down payment, and you kept clean in the 3 years following the bankruptcy, you can buy a house. I've had dealers call me from the car lot for people who had stable income.
Okay.
They've already got a little bit of a down payment because we cleared the decks on their debt, right? They have no more debt. I mean, one of the great factors is that debt to income ratio they talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've got 0 debt, right? Except for maybe a house payment. You go to the car dealership, they want to sell you the car. And they want to sell you the loan. So they call me and ask if the bankruptcy's over. And if the bankruptcy's over, they want the money to buy a car. Well, they'll wait.
Okay, they're not going to give it to you. Yeah.
Well, no, but a bankruptcy in Chapter 7, say, 3 months. Can be over in 3 months.
Right.
So people have bought cars 3 months post-bankruptcy.
Let's talk about a short sale. We've got a short clip. Let's take a look at it. As a matter of fact, it talks about short sales.
All right.
Let's listen to it.
We won't tell you that you have to get out of your house when what you want to do is save your home. And we won't file a Chapter 13 for you to eliminate a second mortgage. But what you really need to do is modify your first mortgage.
There you go. A short sale meaning what? What does a short sale mean for all those viewers out there that don't get it yet?
It's a good question. A lot of people don't get it. It means you sell your home for less than you owe. A lot of people think it means a quick sale.
That takes a long time. It takes months, maybe even up to a year and beyond.
It has in the past. The lenders have realized we're not climbing out of this anytime soon. I had someone come in the other day where the two big lenders, Bank of America and Wells Fargo, had worked out a deal between themselves that if either one of them was in the position of the first or the second mortgage, that they would help ease that deal.
So how do you fix a short sale situation?
No, it's not fixing it. It's a strategy. People want to short sell their house.
What's the strategy to try to fix it over the course of time to get you out of that hole?
Well, okay, let me set some groundwork here, because short sale is a strategy people want to do to get out from under their home.
Right.
They want to avoid foreclosure.
Correct.
Instead of foreclosure, people are telling them that a short sale is a better way to go.
Oh, I see.
Especially the realtors.
Okay.
Because the realtors get an opportunity to actually make a sale. In a foreclosure, they get nothing. Okay? It just goes to the auction block. There's no realtor,
and
no
are you
commission.
forgiven that debt oftentimes?
Yes, oftentimes. The
Not
bank
all the
will,
time.
well, and that's
part of the
why we
problem.
need questions
That's part of
asked
the
and
problem.
answered. Do you have a first mortgage only, or do you have a first and a second? Okay,
And do you own other property?
Exactly. Is it a primary residence or a rental property?
Right.
Okay, so there are lots of issues about whether or not you're going to facing a foreclosure on your primary residence, whether or not it would be a good idea to short sale. And in the past, if somebody had a second mortgage, I'd tell them, you could go a year down the road, and the second might say no.
And having a short sale is no guarantee that you're going to get out of that hole, out of that debt.
No, unless that's the only debt you have. Okay,
Right.
If you can come to it in the first and second or whatever it is your circumstance is, we'll all put it in writing that they're not going to come after you for the difference.
Right.
Which is hard to get.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could call that a good strategy and a way to get out of it. And the reason that they push this from the real estate side, and I don't blame them, is that lenders will let you buy again 2 years post short sale, but they're like 3 years post foreclosure.
Right.
So if someone's anxious to get in another home again, a short sale might be a good idea. But really,
It's not a guarantee.
It's not. Not at all.
All right, Joel, we got to take a quick break here. We're talking to Joel Winter, a bankruptcy attorney here on Connect with Me. Very interesting information about what your situation is financially and what to potentially do about it. I'm back with more in just a moment.
Wanting stainless steel appliances? We make stainless painless.
Right now, stainless is a steal at Ventura TV Video Appliance. Why not upgrade every appliance in the kitchen?
Got it?
Like Frigidaire's 30-inch sealed burner gas cooktop, now just $4.49. And Whirlpool side-by-side with dispensers, crushed ice, and water filtration is only $9.99.
Upgrade to stainless steel at Ventura TV Video Appliance today and save.
This guys is great.
Ask the Expert Day here on Connect with Me. I'm John Malos, and we're here with Joel Winter. Good to see you, Joel.
John,
it's good to have you. Now, let me ask you something. A legitimate question is, obviously, we can all understand if you get sick, if you have a heart attack, if you have a stroke, you have medical bills piling up, or if you have some other situation financially that takes you down, we can understand how somebody can go into bankruptcy. But there's another kind of bankruptcy, and that's irresponsibility, credit card use, spending more than what's coming into your household. Is that correct?
Yes. It's not as often as most people think. Everyone sits across the desk from me and they say, I can't believe I'm here.
How do most of them reach that point?
Right now, honestly, the majority is just our economic circumstances here. Without a doubt, far and away the majority is people have lost jobs. You've had successive years amongst city, county, civic employees,
right.
School employees who've had furlough days. They've had 2% pay cuts. They're right on the edge. They were on the edge, and now they've been on the edge for a couple of years. They come to talk to say, hey, this is just not working now.
In most cases, will medical debt be forgiven?
Yes, it will. I mean, unless it was selective surgery or something. But in most cases, it will be.
All right. If you lose a job, you lose a home, will that debt, for the most part, be forgiven?
In a bankruptcy, yes. And there are some state laws even that would protect people if they were just losing their home. Most people If they didn't have other debts, they could lose a home in foreclosure and right now really suffer no loss, either under the taxation laws, and laws in California often prevent lenders from going after someone if they lost their home in a foreclosure.
What other kind of debt can be forgiven besides medical and losing a home, losing a job, what have you? Is there any other kind of debt that can be forgiven?
Think of it as contract debt. You know, the credit card is a contract. You could have a personal line of credit with a bank. You could have an overdraft. You could have business lines of credit.
Let's say you owe $25,000, $30,000 on your credit card. Can that debt be forgiven?
Yes.
It can be. With bankruptcy, I guess it can, huh?
It can. It can all go. The rules are about fraud, whether or not there was a fraudulent use. If there was no fraudulent use, then it's merely contractual debt, and that's what bankruptcy does.
But it takes years to get it off your record, is that correct?
Well, that's the interesting thing that I tell people, is that, yeah, you file the bankruptcy, and remember we talked about public records section, installment history, revolving history. The bankruptcy will go in the public records section. If you file a Chapter 7, it'll be there 10 years. If you file a Chapter 13, it'll be there 7 years. Okay? But its effect, its weight, starts to diminish from the day you file.
And the difference between the two chapters are what?
7 is the one that's called liquidation. If you have excess assets we can't protect, they would be sold. If all your assets can be protected, you would lose nothing. And it would be over with in usually about 3 months in a situation where you had no assets. Okay, a Chapter 13 is the payment plan style. It's like a government-enforced debt consolidation plan. We list all your debts. We establish what your ability to pay is. And it's based upon your ability to pay, not on how much you owe. So we'd look at your income. We'd subtract out all of your expenses that are qualified. Whatever's left over is what they say should go to debt. And that's what you'd pay.
What's the answer that most people give you that come into your office? You say, they ask the question, how did I get here? What's the answer? How did they get there?
It's a combination of factors. All will admit to some irresponsibility, foolishness. That's why they don't want to be there, that they feel guilty. And I get that. A lot of I feel guilty because partly it's because they couldn't see the future. At one point, they were actually meeting all their obligations. They were paying those credit cards. Right. They'll come in and say, I've always been on time. And then this happened. And now for the first time, I'm late. You know, so I get that now. I get a lot of that.
Right.
They're like good people.
Are there bankruptcy attorneys that you have to be careful of?
Well, with everything, of course there are. Be wary of the zero money down deal.
Right.
There are likely going to be hidden costs. We all know that. I think you should get out there. Most bankruptcy attorneys in this area that I know offer a free consultation. Go ahead. See a couple of attorneys. Talk to them. See if you get that feeling of confidence.
Right?
Yeah.
Get 2 or 3 opinions.
Yeah, and then you can also decide whether or not that's the kind of individual that you want to deal with over time.
It also depends on how well the individual communicates with the attorney. How well am I communicating with you? Do we get along?
Yes.
Do I understand what you're telling me? Does it all make sense?
Right.
Right?
And
Those
ask
are all
questions.
key factors, right?
Get them to explain. If they're not comfortable explaining, well, maybe you can withhold trust. Because really, for most circumstances, a person ought to be able to hear an attorney should be able to hear a person's life circumstance, give them enough advice to determine whether or not bankruptcy is right for them. Because for some people, bankruptcy may not be the best alternative. There are other ways perhaps to handle their circumstances.
Such as?
Well, there are people who can settle debts. You know, if your debt based on your income is such that you could handle it within 18 months to 2 years by settling, and that is a painful way to do it, understand, because you're going to be bothered by collection activity.
Yes.
But they do offer, if you pay this much now. And sometimes people can just save a little money, be prepared for that offer when it comes. But my rule of thumb is if you can't get it done in 18 months to 2 years, somebody's going to sue you. They're going to garnish your wages, and you're going to come see me anyway.
Yeah.
So if you can't get them all done within a couple of years through the settlement route, don't trust the people you called on the phone that said we can settle all your debts, because they're going to pay the little ones off first.
All right.
They're going to leave that big one, and that big one's going to sue you, and it will have all been wasted.
All right, Joel, stick around. We got to take a quick time out here on Connect with Me. We have the special of the day coming up. That's right. In just a moment, we'll be right back.
Wanting stainless steel appliances? We make stainless painless.
Right now, stainless is a steal at Ventura TV Video Appliance. Why not upgrade every appliance in the kitchen?
Got it?
Like Maytag's over-the-range hood microwave combo, now just $249. And Maytag's 25-foot French door dispenser refrigerator is only $14.99.
Upgrade to stainless steel at Ventura TV Video Appliance today and save.
This guy is great.
You ready, Bo? Let's go.
Dr. Shields activated, Mr. Sullivan.
Automatic, sir.
And we're pushing to the limit.
Make situation critical.
Base of action.
Can't break loose.
Peace or utter destruction. It's up to you.
Star Trek, Saturdays at 9, 8 Central on MeTV. Brought to you by Ventura TV.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the low-price leading brand's reliable advice place. The Frigidaire Gallery Dream Kitchen Get Yours Today place. You with me? Right now, get huge savings on select Frigidaire Gallery appliances and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months at the hometown low-price think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
Welcome back to Connect with Me. I'm John Malos here with Rafi. And Rafi, you have a very beautiful stainless steel cooktop here. And what brand is it?
Yeah, this is a 36-inch stainless steel sealed burner cooktop by Whirlpool.
All right, it's beautiful. Now I remember, my grandparents a long time ago, Rafi, had a cooktop, very similar, not exactly the same way, but it got really messy, very, very difficult to clean. I remember my grandmother sitting there scrubbing and scrubbing with an SOS pad. What about this thing?
That's understandable. The old cooktops, or there are some cooktops out there that have what they call open burners. Okay. The open burners, there's a hole between the aluminum burner and the bottom of the cooktop. So if you had a spillover or something spilled, it would go right through the hole to the bottom of the cooktop. So what you have to do is take the knobs off, take the grates off, open it up, and then clean it up. It's a messy situation.
How about this one here?
With this one, as you see here, we have 5 sealed burner situation where nothing goes underneath. It's completely sealed. So all you have to do is get a sponge and just wipe it off, get a cloth and wipe it off, and that's it. There you go. It's as new as it was.
All right. You know what else I remember is it took a long time for the water to boil. If my grandma or grandpa were making spaghetti or whatever they were making for dinner, does it take a long time to boil water on this?
John, good thing you asked me that question, because this cooktop has 3 power burners. Out of the 3, 2 of them are 12,000 BTUs, and one of them is 15,000 BTU. The middle burner is a 15,000 BTU burner. Now, this burner usually you find on commercial situations, commercial ranges. Cooks, professional cooks, use this burner in restaurants. Now you're taking this burner into your home, and you can actually sear a steak on this. You can stir-fry vegetables, and that pot of water that you put on this one here, in no time it will reach that 212 degrees to get that rolling boil. Your spaghetti will be ready in no time.
Okay, the price on this, Rafi?
This sells for $1,200. Now, if you go to Lowe's, it's $1,200. You go to Best Buy, it's $1,200. They don't have it in stock. You can't touch it, you can't feel it, you can't see how it looks like. They'll order it for you either online or they'll order it for you to pick it up. We sell this day in and day out. Our promotional price is $9.99. That's way below the competition. But today, for our Connect with Me viewers, we're going to make this $8.99.
Oh, boy.
Just mention that you saw this on Connect with Me, and you'll get this for $8.99.
$8.99, good through tomorrow for our Connect with Me viewers.
I'll make this good through the whole week.
All right, through the whole week. You heard it from Rafi. And the price again?
$8.99.
$8.99 through the whole week for our Connect with Me viewers. How do you get to Ventura TV? We're going to show you on a map. Very close to Selland Arena, very close to the fairgrounds. Just a few minutes down 41 if you're coming from the north. A few minutes more if you're coming 168, and just 5 minutes off the 99. Back with more on Connect with Me with our bankruptcy attorney, Joel Winter, in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified #1 rated high-efficiency Cabrio from Whirlpool Place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Whirlpool Cabrio laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
Sunday night.
Let's move.
A perfect night for crime. A perfect night for me.
You've got to help me.
Me TV, that is. With detectives.
My name is Gunn.
Fugitives.
I didn't kill her.
Guns. Surly.
This is the Twilight Zone.
And much, much more.
You'll go along with that, won't you?
Sunday Night Noir, starting at 10/9 Central on Me TV.
Back here on Connect with Me with Joel Winter, our bankruptcy expert here on this Wednesday morning here from the showroom floor at Ventura TV. Well, thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. If somebody wants to get a hold of you, how do they reach you?
Well, I'm local.
Okay, and your telephone number is?
321-8671.
All right, 321-8671.
Yes.
All right, if someone comes to you and they're filing for bankruptcy, they have no money, how are you going to get paid? Legitimate question.
It is, and people ask me that on the phone too. It's kind of hard to answer that way.
Yeah.
The first thing, of course, is that when you sign with a bankruptcy attorney, when you sign with me, I will tell you to stop paying your creditors. And instead of paying your creditors, you pay me. And it works kind of like a layaway plan. In, say, a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, the one that's over and done with, I really can't be a creditor because the bankruptcy law prohibits creditors from bothering you or calling you after the bankruptcy's filed.
Do you charge interest, by the way?
No, of course not. It works like a layaway plan, so I don't,
I mean,
you know. We
legitimate question, right?
Yeah.
I mean.
No creditors get to charge interest in a bankruptcy. That's, well, okay. That's not a true answer, but for most creditors, they don't get to charge bankruptcy. But no, most people can do it. I've had people who I signed with who took close to a year before they could come up with the money.
Yeah.
Okay. In some circumstances, if a person's circumstances are really simple, say they're on Social Security and they have one creditor that's really harassing them, I might send them to a friend of mine who just prepares them, a paralegal.
We've got a couple of minutes left. I want to ask two key questions. Number one is it common for somebody to owe a lot of money yet have assets that they can hide?
Of course.
Does that happen?
Well, I'm sure it does.
Have you seen it?
Yes, without revealing any particular circumstances. Okay. I have witnessed.
Is it legal to do that?
It is not. It's actually
not legal to have an asset and have money in the bank and hide it and put it in somebody else's name.
It is not legal.
Okay.
And it could subject you to criminal penalties.
Okay.
And we warn everybody of that. And I tell everyone, it is very difficult to lie to the trustee. They're going to put you under oath. They're going to point to the sign on the wall.
And you
that
can
says
go to prison for that.
It's possible. The laws say that it's a crime, a federal crime.
All right. Do you handle divorce cases? Divorced couples that are coming in, we're getting a divorce, we're also bankrupt.
It happens frequently, actually, that people who are getting divorced also need a bankruptcy. What's one of the leading causes of divorce?
And you handle that?
Finances. We have done. I don't advertise for divorce because I don't want that to be my primary business. But if I have a bankruptcy client or clients who are getting a divorce or going to get a divorce or thinking about it, I may help them through that.
All right, your phone number again, quickly for our viewers.
321-8671.
All right.
BankruptcyFresno.com.
All right, Joel Winter is the name of the firm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you an Elvis fan, by the way?
Absolutely.
All right. We've got Elvis is on tomorrow. It's Entertainment Thursday. You got to watch.
I'll have to do that.
All right. It's 43.6 or Comcast Channel 187. Yes, Elvis is going to be here tomorrow. Don't laugh. It's true. I never lie. I don't. Elvis will be here, and you'll be here watching tomorrow on Comcast 187 and 43.6. Have a good day.
Do you like me?
Just like me.
Like Me TV Fresno on Facebook. Get the latest news, interact with others, watch videos, become a fan of me. Exclusively brought to you by Ventura TV.